Welcome to the Trend April report. The results for April were disappointing, actually, on several different areas. The closed sales for April were up 7.6% compared to March, but were down 25% from April of 2010. Now, we expected sales to lag behind last year through June and then greatly exceed the sales last year from July through the end of the year. So it's not surprising that we're 25% lower than last April, but we were 2% below April of 2009, and we really should be exceeding 2009 levels through the first half of the year. Seasonally adjusted sales also actually declined 2% from March, and we're down to about 50,000 units, and actually we've been pretty well stalled, right around 50,000 units this year. Last year, in the second half of the year, we steadily increased and ended up the year at about a pace of about 55,000 sales per year. But so far this year, we've been stalled right around the 50,000 level. So it was disappointing in the sales, but probably the area of greatest concern from April was in pending sales. Typically, pending sales increased from March to April. This April, however, they actually declined 6.7% from March to April for the number of pending sales. And that was 44% below last year. Now, last April, April 30th was the deadline for qualifying for the tax credit, and the home had to be under contract by April 30th. So pending sales were extraordinarily high last April. So again, being 44% below, not an area of concern. But again, typically we increase from March to April in the number of pending sales, and this year we actually declined. Particularly after the showing request, the online showing requests in March were extraordinarily high, or very high activity. And again, in April we had high activity in online showing requests, but it didn't lead to the number of pending sales that we were expecting in April. But again, with high requests in both March and April, hopefully that's going to lead to some higher pending sales in May and even in June. The other area of concern is with the sold price. Prices seem to really be pretty soft. The median sold price in April was $189.9, which is virtually unchanged from March. March it was $189 even. But that is about 6% below the median sold price last April. So it seems like the housing market continues to be sluggish, and the recovery has been uneven. Primary barrier to the current sales is extremely tight credit conditions. Even though there's been an expectation that the credit qualifications will ease now that most of the banks have returned to profitability, it doesn't seem that many of the lenders are responding to return to profitability by easing some of the credit restrictions. So hopefully they're going to ease up a little bit from the very conservative underwriting practices that we've seen, and allow greater credit to be extended. So thank you for joining us this month, and we'll be back again in mid-June, hopefully with some better news than what we had this month. And until then, be sure to check the homepage for additional county-specific reports.